Hello, everybody, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. Um,
Disconnected.
Last time we did a little bit of shopping with Kotari, and now we've met up with Anshan again, who's come to visit us at the house. Let's see what he has for us. Anshan said as he passed me a welcome present. What did he say before? Log. What? Okay, whatever. What's this? Shingen Mochi? Oh, nice. Oh, is this what I think it is? Anshan had always been popular with the girls, especially with much older ladies. He often received presents from them, apart particularly from the elderly ladies. It's possible that he could become like the straw millionaire, and even if he could, he just walked around the town for a day, there'd be no shortage of things to eat. I take the souvenir from Anshan and pass it to Yuka and others who are half hidden behind the wall of the hallway. Here he said, here he said we should eat this together. He's my childhood friend, Anshan. The others all started saying really too. Yes, really, you fucking bitches. God damn it. Anshan, come on in. I'll pour you a cup of tea or something. Yes, you're right. Because I'm staying here, I don't really think about it that often. Okay. So he's gonna treat us to lunch instead. Great. How am I finding it here? Yeah, it's nice. It feels relaxing. Yeah, I guess not. The reconstruction work has been completed in this area, and it feels like a new town. There are many brand new buildings. The roads are neatly paved, and there's not a trace of Kazegaura that I once knew. But I remember this street. I mean, I used to come down here almost every day. If you go this way, it leads to Kazumi Shopping Street. It's the place where me, Ageha, and the others were born and raised, and had a small shopping street. My family had a small real estate agency set up on one side of the street. Ageha's family had a sporting goods store, and Masatsugu's had a ramen restaurant. Then there's Anshan's place, which is a town factory near the shopping street. My childhood friends and I were all kids of the Kazumi shopping street, so we all played together. However, the shopping street disappeared due to the reconstruction. I've been to the underground shopping arcade a few times. I went to buy groceries. That was where I went yesterday with Agaha and Kotori. That's right. I was busy, so I hadn't been there. I guess it sounds like fun. Whoa. Yeah. Wendy Kazegaura. It's a large shopping mall built on the site of the small Kazumi shopping street where we grew up. I've been to the underground level before, but I always enter using the entrance at the back, which is near the dormitory, so I don't know what it was like above. I thought it would be a big building, but I can't believe that the Kazumi shopping street used to be here. I didn't feel at all like I'd come back to my hometown. On the contrary, I felt like I was lost in some unknown country. What happened to everyone from the shopping street? Agaha said that she had moved. Agaha appeared with uncanny timing. Replied Agaha, who was standing in front of the Himegi Sports. That's what it said on the sign. Oh yeah, you said you'd moved house, but you also said that the shop was now in Windy, didn't you? Himegi Sports. This is the sporting goods store managed by Agaha's father. As far as I remember, it was a small town sporting goods store, but now it was a kind of trendy sports store aimed at young people. They must be thinking of the kind of clientele they get in the shopping mall, but because it's so different to how it was when I was a kid, I'm slightly confused now. I didn't know that your dad had an eye for what young people like, answered while slightly dazed. As Agaha called, from inside the store, a petite girl smaller than Agaha came out. Hotaru opened her eyes wide for a moment and then looked up at me. Her face seemed to say, is this big guy standing here really Aoi? In that case, I should prove it myself. Long time no see, Hotaru. Oh, nee. Hotaru wriggles her head around at her wit's end as I rub it. She is Agaha's younger sister. She's only 1 year younger, so we used to play together a lot as kids. Her personality is the complete opposite of her sister. Shy and quiet. You've gotten bigger too. I'm not being mean, am I, Hotaru? I let go, and for a little while Hotaru continued moving her head around and around, even though I wasn't doing anything. I'm back, Hotaru. Do you want me to rub your head again? Nope. No! Oh god, she hit me! I've been punched in the ribs. I just wanted to play with Hotaru a little, that's all. Oh. For some reason, Agaha is very protective of Hotaru. I thought I'd come to see you sometime, Hotaru. Hotaru goes there too. That's a surprise. I had the idea in my head that Hotaru would definitely go to a regular school. Anchan graduated from Keifu Academy. Because it was the school that Anchan went to, Agaha and the others all took the entrance exams, like it was a matter of course. I was the same when I came back here because I knew it was a special school, and when I was choosing which school to transfer to. So I guess that was because of Anchan too. Oh my god! No, it is not a date. It is not a date. Anchan, back me up here. Damn it! Fuck! God damn it! Hey, Anchan. Ah. Anchan asked me. Ah, you're asking me where we should go? But I still don't really know this place. There are many shops, but everywhere is unfamiliar to me. Said Agaha as Hotaru nodded. I also remember, a little slower than the others. Taioken. Interesting. Interesting name for a place. Sorry about that. Mabo's dad doesn't hold back, does he? I felt like my ramen was going to come back up, and I just barely kept it down. My rubbing, my rubbing my, me rubbing my hand along my belly. Ugh. Anchan, who also had a special big bowl, was completely unfazed. But I can't believe that Taioken is still around. Taioken is a Chinese restaurant on one side of the Kazumi shopping street. It's also Masatsugu's house. They used to serve regular, set menus, but since moving, they've changed direction. It's become like one of the new wave ramen restaurants in the city. Masatsugu is like his father. In other words, like his father, he gets carried away easily and tends to show off. Whenever there are sports events or karaoke competitions in the town, regardless of the result, he's always the center of attention. The taste was completely different, and apart from seeing Mabo's dad, it wasn't nostalgic at all. Before it was plain soy sauce ramen, but now it has become pork bone and fish double soup. Yeah, you're right. Well, when you say 5 years, I guess it really is a long time. But some things haven't changed. Masatsugu's dad was the same as always. The same goes for Ageha and Hotaru. And also Anshan. The things that I wanted to stay the same are still here. Anshan made us wait at the bench by the side of the road while he went to buy some juice. Hotaru went after him. Ageha and I sat down on the bench. What's up? I replied vaguely. There is one I thought would be okay. It's still just a candidate. I don't even know if it's a proper club or not. You're in the robot club, right? You enter contests, don't you? Do they fight? When I think of robots, I imagine them firing missiles and flying through the air. Yeah, just a bit. I'm pretty sure it's called the Glider Club. What the hell? Oh, I don't know. You say you build robots, but I don't really understand it. Why don't you do it yourself? God damn it, it's in mine. If I had to say, Agaha likes to do things at her own pace. Wow, that's amazing. Really? Amane did that? Wow. Yeah, I remember. No, that's not why, Agaha. Well, that could be one reason. Fuck off. Agaha makes a face that says that she doesn't understand as she continues her story. There are no what ifs in a match, but the national championship slipped through her fingers. She was in the first grade? Before we had realized it, Anchan and Hotaru came back, but were standing a little further away while watching us. I'll have orange. I take the can of juice and crack it open. As we enjoyed drinking the juice, Anchan watched us quietly. What is it? Aga and I looked at each other while drinking our juice. Then, embarrassed, we both laughed. He's always been like that. Aga sighed as she said that, and Hotaro and I laughed. In response to Anchan's teasing, the rest of us blush. I've just come back here, haven't I? Hey, don't say it like that. Not you too, Anchan. Oh, Hotaru? Suspicion? Hotaru, it's really not like that. I'm just working as a dorm mother. Damn it! Why does everyone think that? I said it's not like that. Oh, jeez, I'm thirsty. I got grinned as she looked at me, while Hotaru seemed worried. Why are people doing this to me? It's not fair. Okay. Thanks for inviting me out today, Anchan. Anchan came back and took some small parts from his pockets. It was the parts that Amane had requested. They're parts for a glider. It's a kind of measuring instrument. One of the seniors at school asked me to get it. Ageha spoke in a loud voice. Yes, that's right. Kind of. It will take a while to explain, so I try to dodge the question. It includes some information that I don't really want to talk about for some reason. Once again, I received a dubious stare from the Meggy sisters. God damn it. I can hear you, damn it! Hey, don't fill your head with such nonsense! Don't just stand there laughing at. Back me up, Anshan. Anshan gave me a squeeze as he put his arm around my shoulder. Speaking into my ear so that only I could hear, Anshan let go of me. Raising one hand and waving it gently, Anshan went home. Well then. Interesting. How long have I been recording for? Around 21 minutes. That's not too bad. Oh, I missed that. No. Hold on. Hold on. After Anshan went back, we went to the Himegi Sports to say hello to Ageha's father. Then I stayed up for a little while, enjoyed some tea and cakes, and it soon became evening. As I walked along the street to the dormitory, I still felt like I didn't want to go back just yet. I might go for a little stroll. It changed a lot around here. Before there was only an embankment here. We used to play here a lot, catching koi and crucian carp, but now it had a promenade and had been made into a walking course. Oh, that was just right for taking a stroll. I walked slowly while gazing quietly at the lake, dyed by the setting sun. My hometown had changed a lot in 5 years, but the important things hadn't changed at all. Finding something new is a good thing, Howie. Finding something. As I speak quietly to myself, I look at the view on the other bank. The windmills standing on the gentle slope face the wind and slowly turn. Even so, the chef's ramen was really tasty. Next time, I'll try the dipping noodles. Who the fuck are you? Huh? A little further away, someone was there. It was a petite girl. She ran her hand along the fence, and like me, was gazing at Windmill Hill on the opposite bank. Someone was there? I didn't think anyone was here, so I was talking to myself, but it seems that she heard me. You're that? No, she's a different one. I believe you can tell by the hair braids, actually. The mood about her was a little different, so I didn't realize it straight away, but no doubt it's the girl who was in the supermarket yesterday. The girl who bought 2,980 yen for 100 grams of meat to make curry. Was the curry nice? Don't you remember yesterday in the supermarket? Huh? What on earth is she talking about? Older sister. Oh, I see. She's talking about what was bought at the supermarket. I guess that's what happens. There's no way you could make curry with something like that. It seems that right at the last minute she started to see sense. Sure. I totally felt like for her talking to me was too much hassle. So she dismissively got up and left. It was a completely different feeling to when I met that girl in the supermarket. While thinking how strange it was that there would be such a complete change in a girl whose name I didn't even know, I returned to the road home. Well, I think I found a thumbnail for the episode, which is good, I guess. I mean, I'd rather have the Himegi sisters giving me the stink eye, though. That was pretty funny. It wasn't far from the lake to the dormitory. I didn't have any time to think about much before I got back. Something new. The parts that I had been given by Anshan were in my pocket. and I held them in my hand, looking up at the clouds slowly floating across the sunset sky. These things are going to fly, aren't they? I meant the glider parts. They would become part of that white aircraft and would fly across the sky on those great big wings to the other side of the clouds. The reason why I decided to look up at the clouds impulsively like that might have been because of that girl I'd just met. Forgetting my silly fantasy, I got through of the gate to the dormitory. The fuck are you doing, Coterie? God damn it. I think I'm gonna go for about an hour or so, but I'm gonna take a break in between because I haven't ate yet tonight and it's already 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna take a break in about 4 minutes when it hits 7, and I'll be back for another half an hour after that. Not yet. You mustn't move yet. Oh God. Kotori was in her wheelchair, with her back bent over, slowly creeping forwards. It was almost as though she was walking on tiptoes. What are you up to this time? I was quite used to her doing strange things, but I still hadn't acquired the ability to determine instantly what it was she was doing. She gave me a long stare. A cat. There it was, lying across the stone steps, licking and grooming itself. Then on the other side, Hat was waiting. Are you trying a pincer attack? It didn't really look like that, though. However, if they did, they might be able to. Interrupting my thoughts, Kotori gave the signal. Suddenly, Hat started flapping his wings and chasing the cat from behind. Surprised, the cat jumped up and ran in the opposite direction, but Kotori was waiting to catch it. There's no way that will work. The cat, with brilliant footwork like Zidane's Martial's Relais, turned around while evading Kotori and ran away. You really were trying a pincer attack. Kotori realized I was looking at her and sulked quietly. What were you going to do once you caught the cat? It was as if she was saying, of course. But even if she caught a surprised cat as it was running away, it would go crazy and at worst scratch and cut her. Next time, make a better strategy. For example, you could try luring it towards you with a long piece of grass. She said as she earnestly wrote a memo. It looks like she always has a notebook tucked away in her wheelchair. Pow? She points at me. This is a sign that she has a bone to pick with me. Oh, God. I went for a walk. That's why I'm late. Her tone was like a mother scolding her child. I wonder if there's something I was supposed to have done. It's still only 5 o'clock, though. Sorry, if I start at about 6, I usually get it done in time. She said as she wrote another note. Do you mean that you were waiting for me? She must have gotten bored, which is why she decided to catch the cat. I'm just gonna point this out. Tsundere. That's bullshit. You were waiting for me. I don't know what sort of funny ideas you mean. Could you give me a few examples? I'll try teasing her a little. Yeah, tsundere. Oh, well, then. It's still a little early, but shall we get started? Mapo eggplants and egg soup. Yeah, it tastes great. It's great. It's my specialty. As we go through the dormitory door, I realize that my feelings of uneasiness had vanished at some point. She tried to do a pincer attack with a duck to catch a cat, didn't she? Anyways, I will be right back starting off from this point. So you guys will see a little cut. So yeah, be right back. And I'm back, guys. So yeah, I went outside for a bit. Went up, got lunch or supper, whatever. Went outside, played with my dog for a bit. Now I'm back. While I remembered this, I started to chuckle to myself, and I realized that when she's with me, I feel strangely calm, and then things start to feel weird again. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. Oh. Amane was looking over the parts that I had brought her from every angle, and let out sounds that expressed admiration. Is, this okay? She hugged me. Wow. She suddenly hugged me. Amani pushed her forehead onto mine and rubbed it round and round. Ouch! Hey, that hurts, Amani! It hurts, but it feels good. Because she's holding tightly and her foreheads are together, her ample chest is pushing against me. Not only is she beautiful, but stylish, too. And they're bigger than they look. And I have no choice but to experience this for myself. So are you. You're just making up whatever you feel like. It's lunchtime, by the way. I brought the parts that Anchan gave me to the garage, but because the reaction was much more than I expected, I'm in a state of confusion. Kotori, who I came here with, and also Ageha, who came along for some reason, are both staring at me in a way that feels kind of prickly. Okay, after tearing Amane away from me, who was kind of like a playful dog, big playful dog, I once again passed the parts to her. Please go ahead and use them. A friend of mine works in a factory that deals with the manufacture and processing of special parts. For this kind of thing, he should usually be able to make it for me. It seems that for this, Anchan looked at the engineering diagram and made something that was the same. Amane took the parts over to the glider. Oh, that was a surprise. Oi now. Don't say things like that about me. Kotori was being pretty snappy since just now. She might be annoyed because someone else found out about our secret place. Mane, who was like a kid who's been brought a birthday present, has immediately started work on installing the parts. It looks like the parts are used in the instruments in the cockpit, and she diligently dismantles the mechanical parts. Ageha is standing beside Amane and watching her work. Agaha stares at the aircraft in disbelief. Kotori and I, as if we are appreciating a work of art, untiringly look on at the sleek aircraft. Mane seems to have completely forgotten that we are even there, and is immersed in installing the parts. It's like the first time I came here and met Mane. What's up? A female student who looks like a senior came into the garage. I make a bewildered face like, who the hell is she? And Agaha told me. Vice president of the student council? What on earth does she want? We're looking for a Mane. At the moment she had her head in the cockpit. As the vice president sees that, she briskly approaches the cockpit and peers inside. She called out in a loud voice, and Amane finally pulls her head out of pulls her out of the cockpit. From the way she suddenly spoke to her, in a familiar tone, I thought that they might have a close friendship relationship, but the vice president doesn't seem that way at all. Without losing her resolute attitude, she asks her question. Amane was downhearted as she answered, and the vice president let out a sigh. Why's that? Amane looked down as though she was at a complete loss. For some reason, I get a strange pain inside as I look at her. While slightly surprised that she knew who she was, Kotori continued to speak. I thought I saw veins appear on the vice president's temples as the two of them ranted at her. She thrust forward, approaching one step, while Kotori and Agaha take a step back. How would we know that? Yeah. The vice president turns from facing Kotori and Ageha and looks back around at Anime, who is nervously listening behind her. Amane staggered back as if she had been hit hard. I guess that's true though, isn't it? On Windmill Hill, when Kotori and I watched the glider flying across the sky, lessons were taking place in the school. Amane looked down with a very grave expression. I'll join. The vice president looks at me as if she is evaluating me. I know. This is the reason why I came here today. I had decided this morning, well, yesterday actually. I still don't know much about gliders though. I just thought it would be interesting. I feel excited just to imagine flying it, riding on the wind. If Senior Amane will allow me to, that is. I still don't know much about gliders, or about you either, Amane. But if that's what you want to do, then I'd like to help you. As I state my reasons, the vice president looks as though she isn't convinced. It looks like some transfer student who doesn't even understand the situation has come barging in trying to act like a hero. I can't say that there isn't some element of that to it. Aga raises her hand in a really casual manner. Even with everyone looking at her, Ageha appears aloof. What are you doing, Ageha? One person left. Everyone naturally looks over towards Kotori. Kotori turned her wheelchair sideways to avoid everyone's line of sight. As Kotori says this, the vice president made a face that seemed relieved yet disappointed. If it's decided that it can't be allowed, what will happen? Amane looks really distressed. Well, of course she does. If there's nowhere to keep this giant glider, the club's activities cannot continue. There's myself and Ageha, so we will get one more person. Could you wait until then? Friday. Amane nods in agreement with the total lack of confidence, and the vice president leaves the garage. Kotori bluntly refuses and left the garage. Yeah, I kinda saw that one coming. We have to do something about it ourselves. We're sorry, Amane, that we caused things to turn out like this. That's what I plan to do from now on. Leave gathering members to us. Is this alright with you? Today is the first time you've been in the garage, right? Even so, you've suddenly become a member. Well, I guess she does have a point. What am I gonna do with you? Yeah, I know what you mean. Without thinking, I raised my voice. I was happy that Ageha felt the same way. I want to try and fly it, and also, she has stayed in school for all this time, repeating a year over a year to do this, you know? I don't know if that's the truth or not, but what I do know is that she is taking this very seriously. I can't let it all end for some stupid reason like there not being enough members. Let's try asking him. Oh, that's hilarious. So, was it my fault after all? What are you talking about? If Mabo treated us like we were more important to him than his girlfriend, what do you think would happen? Oh, so there's nothing we can do about it. Next is, oh, that's right, Hotaru comes next. He comes here, doesn't she? We went to the first grade classroom. When students from the upper grades come to visit, there's a strange air of tension in the classroom. Oh. Oh. No, stop it. Stop it. When I met her yesterday, she was wearing her normal clothes. You kind of look more grown up. I suddenly said it to teacher, but she went red, like she was on fire or something, and got really flustered. I'm kind of teasing her, but I'm actually I mean what I say. When Hodoro looks at me with those innocent sparkling eyes, I cannot tell a lie. Well, yeah, I do think she's gotten cuter. Oh, she hit me! God damn it! Oh! I eat an elbow into the ribs. Damn it. Oh, what the hell? She said the same thing for the second time, this time in the first grade classroom, so of course I feel embarrassed. The reason why I'm looking down is because my ribs hurt, though. Agaha continued with the momentum from before. Talks to Hotaru about how we are looking for members for the soaring club. Glare. Hotaru glances at me. Hmm? Oh? She seems kind of wavering yet firm in her reply. Maybe there's a reason for it. Okay, we get it, Hotaru. But if you're interested, come at any time. Hotaru brings over the cucumber that she had crushed into about the right size using the wooden pestle. Yes, yeah, that way it absorbs the flavor a lot better. We're going to marinate the cucumber. It absorbs the flavor a lot more easily if it's crushed than if it's chopped with a knife. I think that's it. Hey. We still can't find anyone who wants to join the club. We tried all the people we could think of. You seem even more interested in it than we are, don't you? The time on Windmill Hill when we first saw when first we saw the glider flying. The time we wandered into the garage and saw the real thing up close. The time we made the paper airplanes and flew them together. Her eyes were always shining like a child's. I can't forget the expression on Kotori's face. She's usually so sulky, or looking as though she's bored. But maybe that it was what her true expression really is, I thought to myself. What do you mean? No, you wouldn't. To be perfectly honest, it would be great if she would just join the club. She stops mid-sentence and moves her wheelchair along. Hey, can I ask you a question? Why do you want to drop out? Kotori looks as though she just realized something. Yeah, that was me. Withdrawal notice? What's that? Does it taste good? Can we have it tonight with have it with tonight's dinner? I played on without hesitation. Oh wow, that's really harsh. With a barrage of parting shots, Kotori hurried away. Well then. Huh. We can't seem to find anyone. It's been 2 days since I joined the soaring club. Since then, whenever we've had any spare time, Ageha and I have been trying really hard to find members. Incomplete sentence, bitch. Everyone seemed interested, and yet not quite enough to join the club. She's not that scary, is she? I know firsthand that her weirdness is legendary. The basis of Sophie rumors is not clear, but she doesn't have any friends, hardly ever shows up for classes, and is locked away in the garage basically the whole time. Even when she does come out, she's always alone and doesn't have contact with anyone. If you look at it like that, she certainly seems quite antisocial. Oh, that rumor. There is something that I've learned from looking for members. It is that it is something said only in whispers, like some urban legend. Is that true? Mr. Kujira Tobioka. His first name means whale, but he's not as big in size as you might imagine. But it's said his attitude is larger than life. I've seen him before, and he's the teacher acting as moral advisor. And he's the nagging, annoying type. There were a lot of teachers like that in my old school, but here, he's a bit of a rarity. In other words, the advisor to Agaha's club. She was one step away from the national championship, you mean? Agaha nods. I know about the person known as Senior Mochizuki to a certain extent, but I didn't think she'd be the sort of person to make such a simple mistake. Yeah, most people would be. I would have felt the same way if I had been in that situation. Why? So you mean Mr. Tobioka blamed Amane for it? That's ridiculous. But I can't really say that. My last school was good when it came to sports. There's a sports scholarship program, and it was important for the school to get results in tournaments. The advisors and directors of each club are evaluated accordingly, and at times it may be the turning point in their lives. The Robot Club is the most popular club in the school, and its performance is directly linked to the promotion of the school. Even if Mr. Tobioka blamed Amane, I can't exactly say that it's strange. Are you okay with this? Well, Tobioka is your advisor, isn't he? Are you alright with him keeping an eye on you? Earplugs. Perfect. That's not the problem, really, is it? Agaha looks a little confused. What do you mean, more important? Akari? Hi. The vice president gave me a bitter smile as she made her assumptions. She frankly stated, "There must be other clubs that have ghost members, right? Why is it only us?" The vice president glares at us as we make our childish protests in vain. The vice president ignores Agaha's grumbling and continues to speak. We became embarrassed about expressing our childish opinions, and Agaha and I felt small as we looked downwards. She let out a little woo as she sighed. Your senior? In other words, you're not making any unreasonable demands. Well, it sure seems like it is. But Amane isn't trying to recruit any members herself. I think we understand. You've said that about 4 times. The vice president reminded us as she walked away. Yeah, she doesn't seem very flexible, though. She seems familiar with the students' names and profiles, and it looks like she wouldn't be able to get away with abusing the power that comes with the position. But it's strange, isn't it? That even though Amane suddenly left the Robot Club, she's been continuing with the Storing Club for years, until she became the Super Repeat student. Even so, she isn't trying to get any new members. The more I know about the situation, the less I understand it. And that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. This will also be on next Monday, so I'll see you guys all again then.